because of our own prarabdha, because of our own mind, because of outer moods, outer happenings. Every day our mind is in different fluttering condition. In spite of all that, every day we try to bring that mind at the altar of the Lord is called as our effort, our sadhana. That is what we are doing. We are supposed to do it throughout the day, but the serious sadhakas anyway do that. But you and I are gathering together every day, morning and evening, trying a bit, trying to find that possibility in us. And we know when this is continued with the prayers to God and the Guru, we'll be able to slowly, truly bring our minds to that sadhana, at least for these hours where we are sitting in the class. And what is sadhana? Just to remind, just opening up our intellect to the understanding of what is true, what is untrue, real and unreal, so too what is liberating and binding. Thus, giving up untrue, unreal binding, holding on to true, real, and liberating. That's called as Adhyatmic Sadhana. And these details are experienced by the great saints, which they gave us in the form of these Shastras. So, the Shastra Adhyanam becomes ready reckoner and reference for us to know all these and do both the things of avoiding which binds us and doing which liberates us. May this clarity come to us very soon by the grace of our Lord. So let's have today our 12th, 10th Skandha Bhagavata Adhyanam, then little of Adhyatma Ramayanam, and in the chantings today, let us see what Lord wants. Start. Om. 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 Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryamkaravavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsa Rushibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhya. Om Sachidananda Rupaya Vishwotpatyadi Hetave Tavatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayan Namaha. Om Nigamakalpataror Phalam Shukamukadambratadrava Sanyutam Pivata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam Muhuraho Rasika Bhuvi Bhavukaha Narayanan Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayet. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Yontah Pravishya Mama Vachamimam Prasuptam Sanjeevayatya Kila Shakti अन्यांश्च हस्तचरण श्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं समस्त देवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो ब्राह्मणेभ्यो आचार्येभ्यो भक्तेभ्यो साधुभ्यो साधकेभ्यो तीर्थेभ्यो क्षेत्रेभ्यो नदीनदेभ्यो शास्त्रेभ्यो नमः परब्रह्मणे महाविष्णवे ब्रह्मणे सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नारदाय वेदव्यासाय शुकब्रह्मर्षये सूतमहामुनये शौनकादृशिभ्यो वैशम्पायनादृशिभ्यो अत्र्यादृशिभ्यो मत्स्यादेवतारेभ्यो प्रह्लादादि भक्तजनेभ्यो आदित्यादि नवग्रह देवताभ्यो श्री दक्षिणामूर्ति दत्तात्रेय ग्रीवादिगुरुभ्यो आदिपराशक्तिमात्रे माता पितृदेवताभ्यो आद्य शंकराचार्यवर्यादिगुरुभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव अनुभवसिद्ध्यर्थं पुराणेतिहासोक्त भगवद्भागवत दर्शनानुग्रह अनुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकसंस्कृतेः हैन्दवसंस्कृतेः समस्त सनातनधर्म आध्यात्मिकशास्त्राणां साधनानां पुनरुत्थान पुनर्जागरण विश्वव्याप्तिद्वारा विश्वशान्ति विश्वकल्याण विश्व एकता विश्वसामरस्यता प्राप्त्यर्थं तत्कृतकङ्कणबद्ध समस्त साधकभक्तसेवकानां साधूनां च समस्तशक्तिसाधना सम्पदावाप्तिद्वारा विघ्नशत्रुनिर्मूलनद्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये दिग्विजयार्थं च श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणशास्त्रस्य द्वादशस्कन्धस्य दशमस्कन्धस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ द्वादशस्कन्धः। ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणं द्वादशस्कन्धः। ॐ आभासश्च निरोधश्च यतश्चाध्यवसेयते स आश्रयः परं ब्रह्म परमात्मेति शब्दते। अथ पञ्चमोऽध्यायः। श्रीशुक उवाच। ॐ अत्राणुवर्ण्यते भीक्ष्णं विश्वात्मा भगवान् हरिः यस्य प्रसादजो ब्रह्म रुद्रः क्रोधसमुद्भवः त्वं तु राजन्मरिष्येति पशुबुद्धिमिमां जहि न जातः प्रागभूतोऽद्य देहवत्त्वं न नङ्क्ष्यसि न भविष्यसि भूत्वा त्वं पुत्रपौत्रादिरूपवान् बीजाङ्कुरवत् देहादेः व्यतिरिक्तो यथा नलः स्वप्ने यथा शिरच्छेदं हञ्चत्वाद्यात्मनः स्वयं यस्मात् पश्यति देहस्य तत आत्मा ह्यजोमरः घटे भिन्ने यथाकाशः आकाशः स्याद् यथा पुरा एवं देहे मृते जीवः ब्रह्म सम्पद्यते पुनः मनः सृजति वै देहान् गुणान् कर्माणि चात्मनः तन्मनः सृजते माया ततो जीवस्य संसृतिः स्नेहाधिष्ठानवर्त्यग्नि संयोगो यावदीयते ततो दीपस्य दीपत्वम् एवं देहः कृतो भवः रजःसत्त्वतमो वृत्त्या जायते तविनश्यते न तत्रात्मा स्वयं ज्योतिः यो व्यक्ताव्यक्तयोः परः आकाश इव चाधारः ध्रुवोऽनन्तोपमस्ततः एवमात्मानमात्मस्थम् आत्मनैवामृषप्रभो बुद्ध्यानुमानगर्भिण्या वासुदेवानुचिन्तया चोदितो विप्रवाक्येन न त्वां धक्षति तक्षकः मृत्यवो नोपधक्ष्यन्ति मृत्यूनां मृत्युमीश्वरम् अहं ब्रह्म परं धाम ब्रह्माहं परमं पदम् एवं समीक्षन्नात्मानम् आत्मन्याधाय निष्कळे दशन्तं तक्षकं पादे लेलिहानं विशाननैः न द्रक्ष्यसि शरीरं च विश्वं च पृथगात्मनः एतत्ते कथितं तात यथात्मा पृष्टवान् नृप हरेर्विश्वात्मनः चेष्टां किं भूयः श्रोतुमिच्छसि इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायां द्वादशस्कन्धे पञ्चमोऽध्यायः। Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Friends, this portion of Bhagavatam, Dvadasha Skandham Panchamodhyaya, for that matter, all Shastras which we are listening, because of the condition of our Antakarana, thoroughly we are not able to understand, accept, convinced, and do sadhana and reach out. That is for everybody in general. We are no special. It also depends on at what lower level of vasanas or tadatmyams we have. But this chapter's beauty is what? So smoothly, so beautifully, entire thing our Shukadevji teaches of the moksha, also as if picturizing, videographing how the anubhava looks like. When one experiences the Brahma Tattva, he tries to put in as simple as words possible, in all clarity and completeness as possible. For the one who is very deep, in the inquiry of it, like in any field, we can be just the onlooker, we can just be a consumer, we can just be a research scholar also. A mango on a tree or any flower, looking at it, we can be a lethargic onlooker, but we can be a research person, seeing that flower in many ways. A physical research, a scientific research, a chemical property research, a poetic research, a devotional research, the God's divine powers research. How many things intellectually we can do on seeing that one flower. There can be veneration, there can be awe, and there can be a surprise also. Astonishing wonderment. If you can go near to that flower, See, it's a that what you call the end portion. See, it's a central portion. See all the arrangements of the petals in that, the pollens, the karnikas. See, for a thinker, in that way, so many wonders can be found. Is it not? In anything for that matter. The one doesn't want to see, he want to just be lazy, then he will not find anything. That ability to see is the job of intellect which is given to all humans. In the same way, in these mantras or any Veda mantras, Upanishad mantras, Jnana mantras, only a chanting one can do, only a dictionary meaning having known one can be satisfied. But if one person is intellectual and goes deep into the details, of course, with the grace and blessing of the author or giver of those shastras, the rishis and Lord, it takes us to the highest level, staying where these rishis have composed these mantras. At that level, not an ordinary meaning which an ordinary intellectual fellow finds, but the deepest consequential, beautiful meaning we come to realize in every of these portions, topics, and mantras. This 13th, 12th Skandha, all chapters throughout Bhagavatam for that matter, but these final teachings of Sri Shukadevji are, they are pumped with or filled with the essence of all Shastras, the essence of Bhagavatam, the essence the Gurus which they experience, the essence we teach it, and then the essence of the entire sadhana to be done. और उस चैप्टर को छोटा भी रख दिया उन्होंने, ओनली 13 श्लोक, बिकॉज हो गया अभी तक्षक इज गोइंग टू कम. In this way, whether you study Purusha Suktam, Narayana Suktam, Rudra Namakam, or Narayana Kavacham, or any Kavachams, any stotras like Lalita Vishnu Ashtotaras or Shata Sahasranama Sahasras, अरे कुछ भी देखो ना उसमें बहुत गंभीरता होती है, बहुत दिव्यता होता है, बहुत अंतरार्थ होता है. Any of the Veda mantras, Shanti mantras you study, wonderful they are. We should, in fact, in one life, do all upasanas to the Medha Mata, Saraswati Mata, all the Brahmagnana Gurus of Dakshinamurti, Dattatreya, Hayagriva, and all rishis, asking them to give us the meaning understanding of all the mantras, maximum. Rasaya Akila Darshana Tattvavidam Bhavashankara Deshikame Sharanam, as it is prayed therein, Totakashtakam, we can say like Shrutam Me Gopaya as it is said. It's a great, great joy. It's like an ocean only, very beautiful. So let us come now. These are the final teachings and final sadhanas also to be done. Yesterday we have seen the sixth mantra, seventh also we have to start today. In the earlier mantras, if you see, first mantra says what sadhana to be done. If that sadhana or understanding is done, its consequence on our drushti on the deha, when it is alive, when it dies, is given to us in second shloka. Then the consequence of knowledge practiced above, its drushti regarding what will be our next life. Are we going to be born again and jiva and suffer? That is said. Then its consequence is how lighter the life would be. When anything is happening to Padi, it never touches me. That is said in the fourth shloka. More lighter way of showing means the life becomes such a lighter way. To show that, the next example is given in the fifth mantra. So, what are the sadhanas said? Ki Harihi Bhagavan Vishwatma. First, worship the Lord as Hari and see to it that with the root causes all our dukkhas go away. Okay, Haran Kardeve. Then, by worshipping the Lord as Bhagavan, become closer to Him in seeing Him everywhere in the Upasana Rupa. Like Annam Brahme Devajanat, or we have seen morning in the Panchakosha Viveka, each of the kosha is Brahma only, that Upasana. Or in the Pratama Shikshavali, the Voruboswaha and Maha Upasana. That Maha Upasana ke liye, we were told 5 examples there. You know, Bhuriti va Agnihi, Bhuvariti Vayu, Swarityadityah, Mahiti, Mahiti Adityah, Adityena Vava Sarve, Loka Mahiyante, Bhuriti va Ruchaha, Bhuvariti Samani, Suvariti Jugimshi, Mahiti Brahma. So too, Bhuriti va Prana, Bhuriti vai Pranaha, Bhuvariti Vyanaha, Suvariti, Mahiti. अन्नम अन्नेन वाव सर्वे प्राणाः महीयन्ते तावा एताश्चतस्रश्चतुर्धाः चतस्रश्चतस्रो व्याहृतयः तायो वेद सवेद ब्रह्म सर्वे यस्मै देवाः बलिमा वहन्ति तायो veda, whoever is doing practice of this saveda brahma, he will even know the hiranyagarbha also. Tasmai devaha balima vahanti. To such one, all devatas offer the bali. What bali, what the offering they do, that will be again told in the next sixth Anuvaka. It was told. We studied all that. Here also, Bhagavan, when we do the upasana, that will be lifting us to any level up to Hiranyagarbha. But not getting tempted by them, when we search out the truth and discover him to be the Vishwa Atma. For the Upadis, the Vishwa is seen. But in our own deep experience, we know behind everything as the Vishwa, there is its own Atma, and that its own Atma are not one without for head, it is one without second, and that is me. This is what we have to do our sadhana to discover. And is that such self is there or not? We are lucky to study Taittiriya. How beautifully we are proved that Vastu Para Brahma is there. Even the seventh Anuvaka also, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are 5, I think. More logics or examples or explanations are given to bring to our cognition, acceptance, the अस्तित्व of the Brahma. ब्रह्म तत्व है और सत्य के रूप में है करने के लिए, बताने के लिए और 5 एग्जाम्पल्स हमको देते हैं. Already we saw some logics in the sixth Anuvaka exhaustively. Seventh में और भी हमको पढ़ाएंगे. Because of this reason, you have to accept Brahman is there. Because of this reason, because of this reason. One of the beautiful reasons I loved it is you are happy or not. Yeah, that shows there is Brahman inside you. रसो वै सह रसग्रह्येवायं लब्ध्वा आनंदी भवति को ह्येवान्यात् कः पराण्यात् ये एष आनंद आकाश आनंदो न स्यात् एष ही एव आनंदयात्. अरे हृदय में आनंद स्वरूप ब्रह्म नहीं है तो किसको कहाँ से क्यों आनंद मिलेगा बताओ. It is his presence which is making everyone ananda, whether it is a small insect or a human being, or whether a highly devoted spiritual Brahmagnani or a criminal in his doing criminal act, he finds ananda. Every ananda is because of existence of Brahman. That's how the Upanishads, when we study the Paramatma's existence and why is called Sachidananda, all of that are explained. Studying that, using this Bhagavata, discovering ourselves to be that Vishwa Atma. When these three sadhanas are done perfectly, sequentially, Hari Bhagavan Vishwa, then its consequences are one by one. First, regarding the Deha, the Pashu Buddhi, that when the body dies, I will die, that will go away. Because I am Vishwatma, the self or the cause never perishes. Effect only merges in the cause, nothing happens to the cause, especially when the cause is ultimate truth. Second one, when the body's death itself has been totally denied, what to talk about transmigration? So you will never be born again to be a jiva, to be putra pautra adi rupavan. Two things are done. When body dies, I won't die. And then I will not enter into new sharira for continuing the samsara. Third one, lighter way of saying. Means how light it is. The example given here is what? How the Shirachedam in the Swapna and even Panchatvam. When we take them light when you wake up, we don't even bother about it. Like this, how many times in dreams we might have got some wounds or losses or even deaths. In the same way, the death of the body will be taken so calm and quiet without and making any tissue at all. है ना? In the dream, the Shiracheda and Panchattama is so painful. But when we know there is a Sakshi, which is the real self, and that Shirachedam, all of them are imagination, it doesn't touch at all. And imagine the nature or the heart or the mind or understanding of a cinema actor. When he is killed in the movie, we all think, yaar, isko aise maar diya re. He will act like somebody has shot him and he falls down. He will ऐसे तड़पेगा, गिरेगा. Cut. Immediately the director says, he will get up and go and have a cup of coffee. How light it is for him. एंड कभी कभी शॉट ठीक तरह से नहीं होता है ना, तो 20 बार उसको गोली मारेंगे, 20 बार मरेगा, लेकिन एक बार भी नहीं मरेगा. He will laughingly ask only, did I die well? They say, no, you did not die well. You should have fallen on back. You fell on the stomach. Now fall on the back only, not stomach. Another thing, you fell, but there was no expression on the face of dying. You are smiling. Nobody smiles while being killed except the great saints like Buddha. Today is his Buddha Jayanti. Then it will be so many shots. But every time he is ready to die. In one movie, for one death shot, 20 times. Like that, there are some villains. In every movie, they die. Because villain has to die. Hero has to succeed. Nothing. That's how will be our being with the self. When something happens to Deha Adi, provided what sadhana said in the first shloka are thoroughly done. Parikshit is at the highest level. And he will experience all this. When the snake comes and bites, he is one with the self already. All that. More lighter will be the birth and death issue, like how casual it would be for the part space to merge with the total space when the pot gets broken. How effortless, how lighter, how unassuming, how at ease, easily, how casual it is. Is there any effort for the Gata Akasha to merge in the Maha Akasha when the Gata gets broken? कुछ नहीं होता वहाँ. In the same way will be anything happens to the pot, nothing happens to me. That is the self. And when you touch that self, which is eternal, in whom all these come and go, then there are no identities because of ignorance with the upadhi, and that generated samsara dukkha will not be there. Okay. Then yesterday, day before, we took up this topic very seriously, exhaustively. What is that? Manaha srujati vai dehan gunan karmani cha. Atmanaha. Mind only creates all the identities with the Dehadi Upadhi. Mind only creates Gunan means outer objects, and mind only projects the beauty in that objects, the usefulness in the objects, the permanency in the objects, the value in the objects, then the Sukha Buddhi called enjoyability in the objects. Mind only projects. Mhm. And third one is Karmani. Therefore, to possess that object, to indulge in it as per the mind's imagination, it only does the required karma. Then to have that karma phala bhoga, we are thrown into one body to other. So therefore, the deha, guna, karma are not really there to the atma. They are only the projections of mind. But those things projected in mind are superimposed on the atma. What is the meaning of superimposition on Atma? That I am taking that Deha am mine, I am taking those objects to be pleasurable to me, and I am becoming a doer to get those karma phalas to become the enjoyer. Whereas I, the real self, has nothing to do with all this. Always remember, Jiva Atma, they Parama Atma. They are not two. Though while talking, explaining, they are spoken as two. This subject came once in our Bhagavatam itself, so too in Taitariyam. In Mundaka again it will come when the two birds are shown. When we talk about Advaita Brahma, how can you talk two birds? Basically wrong. You are a Upanishad only, you are here to teach the Ekameva Advayam Brahma. But that is the way Upanishad Mata tries to convey to us the one without secondary truth. Shruti Mata wants to convey the Brahma Tattva, Ekameva Advayam, but in the way we understand, depending on what state of mind we are, the Mata tries to guide us. So this, the lower Pakshi, looking at the upper bird, but again and again going through karma phala from one branch to the other, slowly goes near. And after going near, shakes hand with it, salutes with it, sits in its lap. No, it merges to become one with that above bird. So the jiva, looking at the atma, still going through karma phalas, slowly as he is nearing to the Paramatma, as by that time his karma phala called as Prarabdha got exhausted, Sanchita got burnt, suddenly he will discover that he is Brahma. Then how come you were living like a jiva, all that? That was a delusion. That was an illusion. That all because of some conditionings. Accepted. Like man taking the conditionings and becoming the father or husband or son or friend and all. Grandfather he becomes, grandson becomes, but he is he only. But because of upadhi, variety of identities came. When he was in those variety of identity with upadhi, what happened to the man in real? Did he die? Did he disappear? No, he was there. But was he feeling manly, man-like? No. He was feeling like father or husband. So what happened at that time? Through the upadhi, that conditioning is taken by him. That is called as the manaha creates and superimpositions, who superimposes these dehadi, gunan, karmani, karmavala to the atma. So atma has no deha, atma has no thing other than it has objects, nor desire for them, nor working for them, nor gaining them or enjoying them. That atma eternally is there in me, as me, even now. Even though I am acting like jiva through the upadhi, trying to get this or that object for getting sukha, for getting rid of dukkha. This we have seen yesterday. Then the second line was, this mana came from where? Maya. Manah srujati vai dehan gunan karmani chatmanah tan manah srujate mayam maya tataha jivasya samsruti. Therefore, samsara is for the atma which became jiva through maya and upadhis. Jiva, you and I, when we get rid of upadhi tadatmya with our sadhana and get the karta maya removed by Ishvara Sharanagati, we only because we discover ourselves to be the atma. Again, as we discussed so many things yesterday while discussing this point, the basic thing is knowledge of the glory of being the self. Then only there will be willingness to reach to that, for which we are ready to sacrifice everything which is inevitable. If our experience of the Bhautika Jagat called Vasanas is more powerful and stronger, then the knowledge about the glory of Atma, we will not go for the Atmanubhuti sadhana. We will only go for the Dehadi Upadhi se milne wala bhoga. Means we will not become sadhaka, we will continue as a samsara. That is why the pariksha lokan karmachitan, that is why vairagya, shamadhamadi, all this done for a long time. Then only the through the Vyatireka, that's by finding the faults with this worldliness, we get out of it. Finding the glory of Paramatma Tattva, we try to go for it. Which you see, देखो, very good secrets are getting revealed to us when you are pausing and studying each of the shloka in more details. बंदा कहता है, देखिए स्वामी जी देखो मिठाई खा रहा हूँ, मीठा लग रहा है उसमें मज़ा आ रहा है। ये नमकीन खा रहा हूँ उसमें मज़ा आ रहा है। देखो एसी में बैठा हूँ मज़ा आ रहा है। सो रहा हूँ घंटों मज़ा आ रहा है ना? टीवी देख रहा हूँ मज़ा आ रहा है। So the Vishayanandam, the Nidra Anandam, all of them he is showing, and he is true also, he is getting it. But the thinking is not there to find that how come Jada Upadis give Sukha. It is all the Ananda of Brahma only reflected in the Shuddha Antakarana, which is made so by the good Punya Karma Adi. These details, if intellectual is ready to listen, then he will change his opinion. How wonderfully for us in Taittariya, Bhagavan Shankara explained to us how the Anandamaya Kosha has got the Ananda there. You know that? That was a revelation to us. Ananda is not objects or in the people. Because the people and object, the manovrutti becomes so shanta to reflect the Brahma Ananda as Sukha or Ananda. And the objects and people came in our life to give us to vritti because of our upasana karma and punya karma. Very, very clearly told. Hmm. So, what is the point discussion here? The glory of Atma and it being infinite, it being a pure existence, it being consciousness, it being blissful, and the meaning of these words and the greatness of those words, if they are understood, which takes time, and comparatively it is understood greater than the ticklings of the pleasures of the senses or the mind through the objects, उससे ये बड़ा है. जिस दिन बुद्धि में बात घुसेगा तभी हम इसके लिए जाएंगे फॉर द परमात्मा अन्वेषण. Till that time, we may listen, we may sometime come, doesn't come to class, read, study, maybe some upasanas we do. None of them make us true, sincere, genuine sadhakas of the moksha. Because we are finding interest here. Is it not? In the same world, we see the criminals cheating the people and taking all the money, etc. In the same world, you can see the people doing lots of charities to alienate the dukkha of so many people. अरे सेम वर्ल्ड हाउ कम टू कॉन्ट्रास्ट. एक तो सबको दुखी करके उनसे सब हड़प रहा है, दूसरा अपना खुद का सबको देकर उनका दुख को दूर कर रहा है. What's change is in the heart. The first fellow is in the Rakshasa Ananda, the second fellow is in the Manaviya or Daiviya Ananda. Rakshasananda is that where we take and trouble others and be happy. This is Devi Anand is one. We sacrifice our own things for the sake of Praja, and in that we find Ananda. It just clicked to him. He is evolved, he is matured. As it is the case, in the same way, worldly samsara sukha and पारमार्थिक सुख इन दोनों का फर्क स्पष्ट रूप से पता चलकर परमार्थ सुख ही ग्रेट है. जिनके हृदय में बैठेगा ही ओनली विल गो फॉर द परम ब्रह्म. ऐसे लोग कम होते हैं. इसलिए स्पिरिचुअल सीकर्स के नाम पे अलग अलग ड्रेस पहनकर अलग अलग करने वाले बहुत होते हैं, बट ट्रू सीकर्स बहुत कम होते हैं. But all of those who have come into this path, if not this life, after 10 lives, they will go towards it inevitably. They are all qualified, purified products. The God never wastes them, like you and I are there. In this life, we may not be a paripakva complete sadhaka, but Bhagavan will not leave us halfway. यहाँ तक ले आकर छोड़ेंगे थोड़ी. ये तो हमको आज नहीं तो 100 जन्म के बाद भी हमको पूर्ण मुमुक्षु बनाएंगे, तीव्र जिज्ञासु बनाएंगे. At that time, none of these lecture baji, obligations, duties, only one thing, sarvadharman pariteja, mamekam sharanam. Okay. Then Paramatma, the ignorance of Paramatma, from where the Maya came, the Maya only is the mana at individual level. All that we have seen yesterday. So to understand these slokas of Shukadevji, you must have the background knowledge of many other Upanishads, other Tattva Granthas, and even lot of analysis, logics and all. तभी जाकर बट ये परीक्षित को सुना चुके हैं थ्रू भागवत. परीक्षित जी भी याद रखते हैं. इसलिए as we are trying to understand while listening to these sentences, Parikshit ji must be just receiving it. Like in the initial days of pranayam, हवा जाता ही नहीं अंदर. But few years, 5, 6, 7, when you regularly do, how it is inhaling, exhaling in huge quantity, it becomes easier. In the initial stage of any asanas done, वो झुकता ही नहीं body, but 10 साल जब लगातार किया, how flexible it becomes. In that same way, initial seekers ko ये सब impossible. But Parikshit ji throughout life he heard all that. Last 7 days, other than this, he was not at all listening anything, doing also anything. Therefore, to him, as Guru was hinting in one shloka, he was also getting all the knowledge what Guru is meaning there. What is the purpose with which Guru spoke those things. Therefore, after this chapter, okay, Guru Maharaj he says, he just withdraws his identity from Deha, merges in Brahmasmi. Deha is left there, anyway, it was never mine. He belongs to Panchakosha, Panchamahabhut. Let Takshaka come white. सुखदेव जी खुद भी कहेंगे यहाँ, nothing of that touches you. So he will experience that. Beautiful thing it will be, and not very elaborate, some as if with 100 cameras somebody is holding. You know, like Bhagavan Krishna when he was leaving the avatara, Brahma, the Devata, all came to see excitement. He is such a beautiful avatara with so many wonderful leelas. In no avatara, so many leelas Bhagavan did. एक एक अवतार एक एक लीला के लिए होता है. Like today's Kurma अवतार, Kurma Jayanti today. Just came for supporting Mantarachala for Kshira Sagara. उसके बाद उनका काम खत्म. But Krishna avatar from birth or avatara till Samapanam, every day there is a Leela. Everything wonder. So they all come. Let us see how he lives the Deha. कुछ भी नहीं. वो क्या है, वो याद आया, माफी मांगा, भगवान ने कहा, I'm giving you moksha. Daruka came, Bhagavan gave, do this sadhana, I'll give you moksha. Told him, go to Arjuna, tell him to take all these remaining people to Hastinapura and take care of them. And then just first all his Parshadas, Aidhas, the chariot, everything went into Akasha. Suddenly God disappeared. Nothing remained there. No excitement, nothing. All devatas are watching, या कुछ होगा देखेंगे. कुछ नहीं. Casual. That also, भगवान की लीला देखो. Simple. So, in that way, Jnani ka sthiti. Now, further more shlokas. 6 we have seen, 7 more in this most profound, beautiful chapter as we are trying to understand. Here, again, these are the conditionings because of which the Jiva Bhava remains. When the conditions are removed, wherever you found the Jiva Bhava, there alone you find the Atma Anubhava. Jiva is a Bhava, not reality. Atma is Anubhava because it is the reality. इनफैक्ट जीव भाव में भी कुछ भी अनुभव हम पा रहे हैं, एक्चुअली वो आत्मा का ही अनुभव है. बट वी आर नॉट एबल टू रिकॉग्नाइज इट टू बी सो. बिकॉज व्हाई डू यू से इट्स आत्मा अनुभव? बिकॉज विदाउट आत्मा द दृष्टा कैन नॉट बी, द दृश्य कैन नॉट. द ज्ञाता ज्ञेय बोथ आर बिकॉज ऑफ सेल्फ ओनली. You know, when you are touching the pot, you are touching mud only because there is nothing other than mud in the pot. When you are touching the wave, you are touching water only because nothing other than water. When you are wearing ornaments, you are wearing gold only, not ornament, because it's nothing other than gold. So to a jnani, anywhere he is, yatra yatra manoyati tatra tatra atmanubhuti or samadheya. Removing those conditions. So what are the conditions which sustain the jiva bhava? Deconditioning which we discover atmanubhava. Good topic, no? That will be the shloka. And next, these all 3 shlokas are a one package. This one package is, you can talk it as Ishavasya Upanishad complete, you can talk it as Kenopanishad complete, you can talk it as Mandukya Sara, you can talk it as Taittiriya Sara or Kathavundaka. एनी उपनिषद जो ब्रह्म विद्या देता है हमको, वो सबका सार इन 3 श्लोकों में है. If one can study. Hmm. See, the great saints like Shukadeva and all, they're always in Brahma Anubhuti. All Upanishads talk Brahma Tattva only. Therefore, whatever they talk is out of their Anubhuti, and the Anubhuti is Brahma spoken by the Upanishad. Therefore, whatever they speak matches with what is said in Upanishads. They don't remember and talk Upanishad. But what they talk is Upanishad only, because Upanishad talks Brahma, they talk Brahma because they experience Brahma. I may say, hey Shukadevji, what you said this one is Kathopanishad. He says, Acha, aisa hai kya? He need not copy Kathopanishad. He is experiencing Kathopanishad. For me, it is from Kathopanishad. It's not an experience, it's a memory. Because I studied it. He did not study, it is an experience. Comes out as expression. Understood the difference? That's how these three beautiful shlokas. We'll try as much as possible to understand them today, tomorrow. Now, example is given first. Snehadhishtanavartyagni samyogo yavadiyate tato deepasya deepatvam evam deha kruto bhavaha rajas sattvatamo vrutya jayate tavinashyati. This is the thing. Then what is solution? Next shloka. What about the self? Jiva is explained this shloka. Atma explained the next shloka. Natatratma swayam jyotihi yo vyakta vyaktayoho paraha akasha iva chadharaha dhruvo nantopamastataha. First thing. Tataha deepasya deevatvam. Then tataha means from that reason, and as long as that reason stays, there will be the flame in the lamp. दीप में दीपत्व कब तक होता है? दीपस्य दीपत्वम. कहाँ से कब तक? The lamp, not the electrical bulbs, the earlier lamps. So these are the 4 things, and in their samyoga, the deepa का दीपत्व रहता है. To teach all these to us only, we celebrate Deepavali Adi, and every day the Deepa Prajalanam in our Puja Mandiram. सुबह शाम हर 24 घंटे दीप प्रज्वलन होना चाहिए घर में, हाईएस्ट भगवान के सामने अखंड. At least morning 2 hours, evening 2 hours, and in that light, looking at the face of Lord, praying to Him, doing upasana. So, what are the 4 factors which go into the making up of Deepatvam of Deepam? When they go away, there is no Deepam. First, Sneha. Sneha is Snigdhata. Snigdhata means viscosity. Viscous is oil. Therefore, Sneha means संस्कृत में तेल. तेल हो या घी हो. स्नेह क्यों कहते हैं उसको? टच करते चिपकता है, वो जल्दी छूटता नहीं. साबुन लगाना है या किसी को शेक हैंड देना है. स्नेह मीन्स घी और तेल. अधिष्ठान मीन्स दैट मड मेड लैम्प. अधिष्ठान. वर्ती इज वाटी. दैट वी कॉल इट विक. विकड नहीं, विक, WICK, जो अभी हमने रखा कॉटन का, विक. देन अग्नि, that has to be lit. When these 4 are there, that time only the deepa में deepa jyoti होता है. If oil is over, deepam gayo. If lamp is not there, where do you put the oil? If the wick is not there, you can't put your finger there. All the 3 are there. The mud lamp is there, oil is put, wick is put, but you are not lighting it. So sneha, adhisthana, varti, agni. Agni, these 4. Samyoga yavad iyate. The togetherness of these 4 exclusive independent components are together there, yavat, as long as, then tataha deepasya deepatvam. Then only, and to that extent only, the flickering of the lamp flame. Okay, this is the example. In the same way, deha krutaha bhavaha. In the same way, deha krutaha bhava means in the place of the lamp is the human beings living as a jiva or samsara. Remember, the lamp which is seen, though lot of value we give it to it, but still व्यवहारिक value बहुत देते हैं, but it is not its reality. And already we saw in our morning Upanishad thoroughly, as we thought so far in our many lives and this life, that the manifested gross things are real, it is not so. The unmanifested subtle is more real. Here also, the Deepa is in two stages. One is manifest Vyakta, second is unmanifest Avyakta. अव्यक्त अनमैनिफेस्ट दीप का एक ही काम होता है, एक दीप मीन द फायर टू सपोर्ट द एवरीथिंग रूप नाम, मोर देन दैट उसका कोई काम नहीं, बट मैनिफेस्ट दीपम और फायर इट इज हेल्पफुल इन सो मच ऑफ व्यवहार. इसलिए जो व्यवहार में फंसा है इसको ही मैनिफेस्टेशन का इंपॉर्टेंस लगता है. Now transcends all vyavahara. What is need to get manifested? That's how the Shabari, all these great saints of Sarabhanga, Sutikshna, they have no meaning, purpose in vyavahara. उनको पता चला ऐसा बकवास है. Therefore, the manifestation of Sthula Sharira, through that they want to live, that kujli is no more there to them. They just said, Lord, we want to merge in you. Aja. All problems are because of sthula and forms. When we can by all logics transcend them, not only we come out of the problems which are there only in the sthula, but the bliss which is there only in the sukshma that we enjoy. That's why in the sukshma nidra is more ananda than sthula, jagrata and sapna. निद्रा से भी समाधि में है, समाधि में से भी आत्मा में सबसे ज्यादा आनंद होता है. सो स्नेहाधिष्ठान वर्त्यग्नि संयोग यावदीयते तथा दीप से दीपत्व. एग्जाम्पल इज क्लियर. एवं इन द सेम वे देह कृतः भवः. Even the samsara because of the deha. So here the body itself is the deepam. Okay. All the vasanas is agni. Sorry. Telu. Then the wick is the ahamvritti. Then the lamp lit is the chidavasa in ahamvritti. Okay, charo match. So the mud lamp, mud made body. That has got oil. We also have vasana. Chutta hi nahi. It has a wick. We have an ahamvritti. And to the wick is lit. Ahamvritti is illumined by chidavasa. Isn't it? Chitta expresses chidavasa ahamvritti mein. Then the expressed chidavasa say that ahamvritti gets identified. And he becomes like in the morning class, Jnata, Drashta, Shrota, Manta, Ityadi. So too, like this lamp, once it is lit at one end of the wick, while sucking the oil, it just illuminates the place around. ठीक है नहीं, अंधेरा है, दिया जलाते ही. बचपन में ना करंट ही नहीं होता था. जब इवन करंट आया, कभी कभी घंटों नहीं रहते थे शुरुआत के वजह. करंट जाते एक ही छोटा 0 बल्ब एंड 140 बल्ब को ज़्यादा लगा तो बिजली का बिल 300-200 का तनख्वाह यूज टू बी देयर with 5 families staying together. We have gone through all that. 5 families, including children, 15 people living only one room, one veranda, one washroom, getting water from 5 kilometers. So that time, अंधेरा एकदम. Then moment mother, used to pour that थोड़ा केरोसिन, बिकॉज खाना बनाने के लिए भी वही केरोसिन का स्टव्स होते थे. दैट ऊपर क्विक बनाकर लाइट इट immediately the light comes. Not a big light, but you can see where is pot, where is water to get the pot water from. दिखता था हमको. और वहीं एक जब उधर से खाना भी बन रहा है उसी लैम्प के सामने वी स्टडी आल्सो थे पुस्तक लगाकर. इवन आई रिमेंबर दोस बुक्स आल्सो व्हिच वी वर स्टडीड. I remember the book shape also, cover put for it. Idea is when the lamp that way lit, it illuminates. So too, when the chit expresses chidabhasa, then the jada ahamvritti becomes a chit swarupa, as if not the shuddha chitta, it becomes a knower, let us say. Then he needs the instruments to know. Therefore, he takes the mana, he takes buddhi, he takes chitta, he takes indriyas, he takes deha. Then through that, the Chidabhasa knows. Through the mana, he knows imaginations, projections. Imagination, projections are the work of the mana. Paramatma expresses in the mana as that. Without Paramatma, mana cannot have imagination, projections, and emotion. And I, the Hamruti Chidabhasa Yukta, I know the emotions of my mana. Then I identify with them and I become emotional, that is samsara. So to I know the knowledge of intellect. Thereafter I become arrogant that I know better than you. That is samsara. So to I know my memory. Then I say I know more than you. Ego. Or use that memory. Whatever. So too, the Indriyas are able to perceive because of Paramatma. But Jivatma, through the Indriyas, he says, I am the seer, I am the knower, and all. It's like घर में the even a kitchen में cooking staff make the food. But when the food is good and the guests enjoy it and ask Kisnaya, that house lady, she says, मैंने बनाई. She बनाए नहीं उन्होंने. She only allowed her, that cook came, she cooked only. हाँ मैंने किया मैंने. सो टू करने वाला कन्हैया है आत्मा, बट मेरा नाम मैं खुद ही डालता हूँ जीवात्मा. जीव का एक ही काम है, क्लेम करना सब, मैं करता मैं भोगता. विदाउट आत्मा ही कैन नॉट बी. दैट्स व्हाई सुख करता दुख हरता वांछा विघ्नाश संभजन ऑफ गणपति. यू अंडरस्टैंड the Chidavasa? That's what morning class also. Through this Drashta, Sota, Manta, Vijnata, go to Chidavasa, from there go to Chitta, from there go to the Sat or Asti. That is me. तो स्नेहादिष्टानवर्त्यग्नि संयोगो यावदीयते ततो दीपस्य दीपत्वम् एवं देहकृतं भवः देहकृतो भवः. So here, this samsara happens because of these three gunas. Rajas sattva tamo vrutya jayateta vinashyati. So the rajoguna you can talk it as the oil, the tamo guna you can talk it as the lamp, sattva guna you can talk it as the wick. Through that Paramatma expresses as the knower, doer, enjoyer, ityadi samsari. No, how beautiful are the contemplations of our saints, and we have to give our time, intellect, and do meditation. अब तक करने से 50 साल पहले से अब तक वो ध्यान में लगी जाता किया ही नहीं. इवन नाउ आल्सो इंस्टेड ऑफ तत्व ज्ञानम ऑन द नेम ऑफ स्पिरिचुअलिटी सोशल सर्विस अभी भी भटक रहे हम. दैट इज वाई दैट मूढ़मते डुक्रुम करने नहीं नहीं रक्षति सन्निधि काले संप्राप्ते. डू भज गोविंद. Remember, it is not told to the old man. It is told to the youngsters that if you don't do Bhajagoindam and get moksha, till the old age you will do only Dukru Karane. That will not protect you. Only two options are there. Bhajagoindam karo या डुक्रुम करने करो. डुक्रुम करने पहले से करने से मोक्ष पहले से अभी भी करते रहो बंधन होएगा. शुरू से करो तो मोक्ष हो जाता. This sloka, such the Bhajagoindam, every sloka is so detailed. Today we have seen Yogarato va Bhogarato va Sangarato va Sangavihina Yasya Brahmani Ramate Chetam Nandati 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 Eva. For the youth we are teaching Bhajagoindam and Bhagavad Gita Katte along with together. So spend time in contemplation, then in that effort slowly it gets revealed. Two things which reveal us the truth or the meaning of these slokas on the contemplation seat are: one, the Shuddha Chitta, which we are achieving through Yoga Sadhana, all those parikarmas. Second is invoking Bhagavat Guru Kripa. When they say Tadhastu, immediately it gets revealed. उनकी कृपा में वो शक्ति होते हैं. बट कृपा भी दे नेवर गिव द कृपा फॉर द अनडिजर्विंग. Deserving is nothing but become more pure in the heart. Purity is again only two types. One, stop troubling other people. Second is stop becoming a bhogi. That's it. Instead of troubling others, become the loving person or the kind, compassionate person toward all beings. Instead of yogi, become a person of controlled behavior. This is what in everywhere is said. In Bhagavad Gita 12th chapter and all. Uh, what is said? 12th chapter. ये तो अक्षरम अनिर्देशम अव्यक्तम परिभाषते सर्वत्रगम अचिंत्यम च कूटस्थम अचलम द्रयम समनियम्य इंद्रिय ग्रामम सर्वत्र समुदय देखो समनियम्य इंद्रिय ग्रामम सर्वत्र समुदय ते प्राप्नुवन्ति मामेव सर्वभूत हिते रताः समनियम्य इंद्रिय ग्रामम देन सर्वभूत हिते रताः सर्वत्र समुदयः these are the sadhanas we have to do by which antakarna is shuddha, then by guru upadesha the truth is revealed. That thing we said in our common sense language. Shuddhi comes to us when we stop becoming bhogi, when we stop troubling others for any our selfish purpose. To that Shuddha Antakarana, Guru Ishvara Kripa comes. That Kripa works as the sixth sense or intuitive power. That intuitive powered intellect pierces through the superficial meanings and intentions which we attribute to the deeper real meanings and intentions or purposes of those mantras. Such person sees different meanings in every word of the Guru, not a language, outer meaning, even in a winking of the eye of the Guru, even a small laughter of the Guru. Even one word uttered, he sees Brahma Upadesha. Such a very sensitive become seeker. You have to become that. Not a stone like, rock like, thick fellow. If Brahma Jnanam is given from 50 साल with all Upanishads, फिर भी हम बैठ के खुजली कर रहे हैं, नाखून को छील रहे हैं, still we are doing that only. Thick heart. Why? Because we are not listening it. Come, become yogi, not bhogi. Becoming premi and sevi, not a criminal to trouble the others, even with a thought, with an action, with a speech. This is what Buddha taught. Because of that only he got that enlightenment. Today's Buddha Purnima. We can salute him. Avatar of Narayana only. स्नेहाधिष्ठान वर्त्यग्नि संयोगो यावदीयते ततः जीवस्ततः दीपस्य दीपत्वम् एवं देहकृतो भवः रजसप्ततमो वृत्त्या जायते अथ विनश्यति. So when these three gunas are there, the jiva bhava there, overpowering, it's having its overpowering effect, not allowing us to have atma anubhava. But when these three gunas are transcended, vinashyati, that jiva bhava gets destroyed. Jiva bhava goes away, atma anubhava remains. What is atma anubhava? When the deepa gets quietened, when the fire is extinguished, then it merges in the unmanifest fire or the light. So the three gunas are the ones because of which we are sustaining, continuing as a samsari jiva. Therefore, transcend one by one gunas. तमोगुण को रजोगुण से, रजोगुण को सत्वगुण से, सत्वगुण को तत्व से या शुद्ध सत्व से हमको कॉन्कर करना है. Again, the language is same. Holding on to the objects is tamoguna jivanam. Holding on to experiences is rajoguna jivanam. Holding on to the ego is the sattva jivanam. Holding on to Paramatma is shuddha sattva or gunatita. The one, whenever in whichever the experience is there, in a moment's notice, from the object seen through the senses and the mind and Chidavasa, if you can go and trace Paramatma instantaneously, he is the one who has understood and done the sadhana. For such person only, yatra yatra manoyati tatra tatra samadaya or pratibodha viditam matam. In every experience, it's like gurus, mahatmas. In every experience, they experience Brahma Tattva. In every experience, we experience the Jiva Samsara. दृष्टि की बात. For our drushti, world is real. For them, world cannot be without senses, senses cannot be without mind, mind cannot be without the Ahamvritti and Chidavas, it cannot be without Paramatma. Therefore, everything seen reminds them of Paramatma, like an electrician. When we see the light, we are interested only in the light and electrical equipments. But इस दृष्टि इस वालों टेस्टर लगाकर वो क्या देखता है? टेस्टर काम कर रहा है कि नहीं, वो बिजली है कि नहीं? Just imagine, just observe the electrician's observations when he is seeing all the wiring. क्या क्या कनेक्ट करने से बिजली, उनकी दृष्टि बिजली पे ही होती है. Daily electricity checking people, they're all. So too the jnani always is the drishtya Paramatma. So here Trigunatmika Jivanam is equal to Jiva Jivanam is equal to Samsara Jivanam. Gunatita Jivanam is Atma Jivanam is equal to Mukta Jivanam. So therefore pray to the Lord, try with our own understanding to transcend the life to be lived from the Upadhis or Trigunas to Gunatita. Let us chant this mantra only thrice today. Tomorrow we'll take up the next one. Okay, start. Snehadhishtanavartyagni samyogo yavadiyate tato deepasya deepatvam evam deha kruto bhavaha rajasattvatamo vrutya jayate tavinashyati. Snehadhishtanavartyagni samyogo yavadiyate ततो दीपस्य दीपत्वम् एवं देह कृतो भवः रजसत्वतमो वृत्त्या जायते थ विनश्यति स्नेहाधिष्ठानवर्त्यग्नि संयोगो यावदीयते ततो दीपस्य दीपत्वम् एवं देह कृतो भवः रजसत्वतमो वृत्त्या जायते थ विनश्यति. So when all those four are there, the lamp is there. They are gone, the lamp is not there. Lamp means the flame. So too Rajas, Sattva, Tamo gunas are there, Jiva Bhava, Samsara is there. When these three gunas are removed, destroyed, transcended, conquered, gone beyond, there is no Jiva Bhava. But Atma Anubhava is there. That Atma Anubhava again is indescribable. Atma is indescribable. तो अनुभव कैसे होगा description? But Atma Anubhavi, how he behaves outside. What's the change in his behavior before his realization, after realization? When that question is asked to satisfy those intellectually hungry people, all these Sita Prajna Lakshanas, all these Jnani Lakshanas, Daivi Lakshanas, in all the Shastras are told. Prajahati Kaman, or Adveshta Sarvabhutanam, or Amanitvam Adamitvam, or Avayam Sattva Samshuddhi. These are all these external Lakshana. They have nothing to do with Atma. आत्मा अनुभूति व्यवहार में ऐसे गुणों के रूप में व्यक्त होता है. मतलब ऐसे गुण व्यक्त करता है वो आत्मानुभव संत. That's the meaning. Let us continue the self. How to discover the self? What is its nature? This nature of the self, how we have to contemplate, which we are studying luckily in our other Upanishads, that we will discuss in tomorrow's class. एक दो श्लोक जो है जबरदस्त घमासान है. हो गया तो दिस चैप्टर इज ओवर. और अनदर और श्लोक हम ब्रह्म परंधाम. तो अगर कल नहीं हुआ तो परसों के दिन वील ट्राई टू सी दिस चैप्टर. देन वील सी व्हाट इज Parikshit ji's way of leaving this world. Shukadevji also going for his own wandering. Then how Suta Shaunaka Samvada continues. Suta ji also gives some Jnanopadesha. इतने में मार्कंडेय चरित्र आएगा. All that we'll see. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम श्री कृष्ण शरणम मम. श्री भागवत शरणम मम. श्री सद्गुरु शरणम मम. श्री सूत शरणम मम. श्री शुकदेव शरणम मम. श्री व्यास शरणम मम. श्री नारद शरणम मम. श्री कुमार शरणम मम. श्री ब्रह्मा शरणम मम. Shri Vishnu Sharanam Mama, Shri Parabrahma Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He Natha Narayana Vasudeva, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He Natha Narayana Vasudeva, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He Natha Narayana Vasudeva, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He Natha Narayana Vasudeva. Om Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yatkrupatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Swarge Satye Ch Kailase Vaikunte Nasteyan Rasa अतः पिबन्तु सद्भाग्याः मामामुञ्चतकर्हिषितो ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः श्रीमद्भागवतमहापुराणं दशमस्कन्धः उत्तरार्धः एकपञ्चाशत्तमोऽध्यायः श्रीशुक उवाच श्रीमुचुकुन्द उवाच. Let us chant Muchukunda's verse, some 10 of them. विमोहितोऽयं जन ईशमायया त्वदीयया त्वां न भजत्यनर्थदृक् सुखाय दुःखप्रभवेषु सज्जते गृहेषु योषित् पुरुषश्च वञ्चितः लब्ध्वा जनो दुर्लभमत्र मानुषं कथञ्चिदव्यङ्गमयत्नतो नघ पादारविन्दं न भजत्य सन्मतिः गृहान्धकूपे पतितो यथा पशुः ममैष कालो जितनिष्फलो गतः राज्यश्रियोन्नद्धमदस्य भूपतेः मर्त्यात्मबुद्धेः सुतदारकोशभूषु आसज्जमानस्य दुरन्तचिन्तया कलेवरेऽस्मिन् घटकुड्यसन्निभे निरूढमानो नरदेव इत्यहम् वृतो रथे भाष्वपदात्यनीकपैः गां पर्यटन् स्वागणयन् सुदुर्मदः प्रमत्तमुच्चैरिति कृत्य चिन्तया प्रवृद्धलोभं विषयेषु लालसं त्वमप्रमत्तः सहसाभिपद्यसे क्षुल्लेलिहानो हिरिवाकुमन्तकः पुरारथैर्हेम परिष्कृतैश्चरन् मतङ्गजैर्वा नरदेव संनितः स एव कालेन दुरत्ययेन ते कळेवरो विट्कृमि भस्म संज्ञितः निर्जित्य दिक्चक्रमभूतविग्रहः वरासनस्थः समराजवन्दितः गृहेषु मैथुन्यसुखेषु योषितां क्रीडां मृगः पुरुष ईशनीयते ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. How wonderful, worthy of contemplation every day till all the essence is gained and experienced. Are these shlokas of Muchukunda Raja, where he is doing the self reflection. It's called as introspection. Introspection is the most important thing in life. Every day, Puja Gurudev Ji to recommends that in all texts, when it writes the IDNS technique he gives. Every night we have to do. He used to say, introspect daily, detect diligently, negate ruthlessly, substitute wisely, go steadily and be happy. Grow steadily and be happy. Introspect daily. What has happened through me that day? Actions, intentions, everything. Then detect diligently. What are the nonsense things we have done? Be very diligent to detect them. Don't justify, don't, उसको चलो ठीक है करके. No. Diligently you detect the negativities. Then negate them ruthlessly. All the negative behaviors, attitudes, words, intentions, ruthlessly negate. Then you can't be empty by negating them. Substitutes wisely. Substitute those negativities with the positivities wisely. This is how grow steadily and be happy. Gurudev says it is regarding actions, regarding values, regarding spiritual knowledge. सांसारिक विषयों को छोड़ देवे, आध्यात्मिक चीजों को जोड़ते रहना. वैल्यूज के लेवल में भी नेगेटिव वैल्यूज को छोड़ो, पॉजिटिव को जोड़ो. छोटो निष्कर्मता को छोड़ो, निष्काम कर्म को जोड़ो. इस तरह ग्रो करो एंड ग्लो करो. जिंदगी में. He is doing this very beautiful Atma Parikshanam, it is called as Atma Parikshanam, Atma Niriksha. This is what in our Mundaka Upanishad, Telugu people are enjoying Pariksha Lokan Karmachita. We started today. 2 days it will take. 2 more days. So it is an example for us also how to do pariksha of the jivanam which we are living outside and inside. Then see how we are by our own choice living the binding worldly life. Then we only have to choose to live the liberating spiritual life. As simple as that. But we have no time even to do parikshanam, to do introspection. That much we are forced into the worldliness. इतना कि कोई भोग में फंसकर उसके बाद रोग आने के बाद भी रोग जितना जल्दी खत्म हो जाए फिर से मैं भोग करूंगा. इन दैट दृष्टि ओनली वी आर देयर इवन एट द टाइम ऑफ द रोग वेदर इज शारीरिक रोग और मानसिक रोग और रिलेशनल रोग. इवन एट द टाइम ऑफ दुख थोड़ा रुक कर सोच यार, थोड़ा कॉन्टेम्पलेट करो कि क्या गलतियां की इन एक्शन, इन थॉट्स, इंटेंशंस और मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग्स, दैट ये नौबत आया, ये दुख आया, इंट्रोस्पेक्ट करने को तैयार ही नहीं. And out of compassion, love, when the God sends a guru to tell him, yaar, ye galat ho raha hai, seedha karo, he is not ready to live. Who are you to tell me? Neither we are doing introspection to find where we go wrong and replace it with right. When the God is sending his kindness through guru, अब हम उनको भी सुनते नहीं. अब करेंगे क्या भगवान? He will tell all sannyasis, gurus, now come. These people don't want to listen. Sit in your gufa and do meditate. When the next branch or bunch of real seekers who listen to you come, then again I will send you. You go enjoy your teaching. Till that time, let samsaris, let them teach all the bhoga yogas, all the dhana prapti yogas, all sarga prapti yogas, all dukkha nivrutti yoga, so that again they do papa to get the sukha and get the dukkha. Let them go. That's how no Babajis nowadays are giving any satsangas. Every grasta has become Babaji nowadays. Garo? No introspection, no readiness to listen. And difference between the Santa Mahatma speech and others is Santa Mahatma they talk about Nitya Nitya Viveka and Paramatma Prapti, Nitya Prapti. The other people only how to reduce dukkha, how to get sukha, but continuing as a samsari with upadita adatmya, strengthening our ignorance and vasanas. देखो दुनिया में this is to be understood by sincere seekers. It is not to blame. Ultimately, if you ask us, we only keep our mouth shut because we know at ultimate level nothing happens by any individual's will. Sarvam Ishwaranugram. That standpoint we always have. We know it too. But when it comes to the Purushartha, Sadhana, Bandhana, Moksha, Vicharana, then when we have to do something, then what is that thing which liberates us? We must know and do that only. From that standpoint, we just discuss. So, here wonderfully our Muchukunda Raja. First shloka is a base. The subsequent shlokas are developments. Okay? And I explained yesterday, it is not his blaming the Lord. When he says, "Oh Lord, the entire humanity or beings or jivas are deluded by your Maya." It is not your Maya is deluding us. Your Maya is there, not knowing how best to use it. We are getting deluded. Like, any object is sold, when we buy, manual is given. When you don't study manual and misuse that and it gets spoiled, you can't blame the person. So the Sushtikarta, when he made Sushti and sent us, he has given the manual of Shastra. Demonstration के लिए guru, some things electronic demo करने के लिए आते हैं वो लोग. The guru comes to demo us and give us the manual of Shastra. And that manual को हमने manhole में डाल दिया. हम खुद भी manhole में गिर रहे हैं. So then we misdo all the things and we suffer and blame God. He's not blaming that way. Okay, so what is said in the first sloka? Hey Isha. I am Jivaha, I am Lokaha, I am Janaha, Tavavaya Vimohidaha. Not that Bhagavan said Maya to delude us. That negative feeling you drop it. बस भगवान की माया है, सही नहीं समझने से हम उसमें फंस गए. One. Second thing is what? Then because of which tam navajati, he is not doing your bhajana or trying to reach you out through bhakti or jnana. And where is his drushti and actions then? Anartha druk. उनका दृष्टि पूरा अनर्थ में पहुंचाने वाले हैं. Does he really want to enter into the anartha? Nobody wants to enter. But he is entering. Why is it so? The third line gives answer. Sukhaya dukkha prabhaveshu sajjate. Therefore anartha druk. उनकी दृष्टि ही गलत हो गई, जिसको समझ में सही समझ रहा है. दैट इज व्हाट अविद्यायाम अंतरे वर्तमानः बट स्वयं धीराः स्वयं पंडितम मन्यमानाः. अपने आप को धीर पंडित मानते हैं. That's what people become worldly and they show that we are so great, intelligent. देखो, we have achieved all that. With these all achievements, when you go to स्वर्गा आदि ऊपर लोका and tell the Lord कि ये सब मैंने किया, मगर करे कोई गधा भैंस भी करेगा वो. मनुष्य को तो तत्व जानकर मुक्त होना है. अब बताओ उसका हिसाब कितना हो गया तुमने. ऐसा क्या भगवान, मैंने कुछ किया ही नहीं. Then you have done nothing then. Clear? So this is a very powerful idiom. Sukhaya dukkha prabhaveshu sajjate. In anticipation of sukha, he will involve in those anartha vishayas which have in womb dukkha only to give us. And what are they also to be specified? Some are told, other things are related to it. What are the things told? Gruheshu sajjate. In the gruha also yoshit purusheshu. And from that you have to all that. Grihastha ashrama, then wife or husband or children, then in-laws, then outlaws, then meetings, the programs, the together travels, having the parties, enjoying. So artha kama mein hi vasna. That is the way. Always remember, whenever grihastha ashram को blame किया जाता है, उसका अर्थ काम में फंसना. Grihastha ashrama is never blamed when they do dharma. The sign of doing dharma is transcending artha kama, and at the virtue of opportunity, immediately they seize it to become vanaprasthi. Without effort, choicefully. That is the meaning of fulfilling Grihastha ashrama by doing the things for which it is given, called as dharma, not for artha kama. None of the ashramas are varnas for artha kama. Artha kama is never in a human being's life. It is imagined. Therefore, he gets lost in them. Bhagavan gave human life for dharma moksha. धर्मते विरते जोगते ज्ञान ज्ञान मोक्ष प्रद भेद बखान. वो आगे भी बताएंगे फिर से. गृहेषु योषित पुरुषः च वंचितः. And then we yesterday humorously said, the more the husband loves the wife, he is doing her vanchana. The more the wife loves the husband, she is really cheating him. Why? Because both of them are pulling each other to each of them and making other forget the God. Then one of them will die, the other will cry for them. In the Western thing, immediately, even after 70 years, second, third, 22nd, they marry. If they don't die and again they are born only to marry, only to live that life of Artha Kama. That is the meaning of Vanchita. But there are all Rishi Munis in our Purana Itihas all are Grihasthas. But they are not Samsara. They together sit and chalk out the Artha Purushartha, Dharma Kama Purushartha, only minimum. Kama Purushartha to zero unka. Only when Ishvara wants a better child through them, that's it. Artha Purushartha, nothing, they live in minimum. And their whole thing is Dharma Purushartha and mostly Moksha Purushartha. They discuss Moksha. Shiva Parvati, they discuss Moksha. Then so many of them, Maitreya, Gargi and all of that. Yajnavalkya, Maitreya, Gargi. Then the Chudalopakhyanam in that, Tripura Rahasyam and all. They all had beautiful. We only make it as Asambhav. स्वामी जी, पत्नी के साथ वेदांत का चर्चा नहीं होता, फिर पत्नी के कारण वेदांत आ जाते हैं बिकॉज शी ट्रबल सो मच. This is what we are in the notion. Anything, pati or patni, children or anybody. See, we are, because we follow the trend. Trend is full of blunders, but we don't want to think it that way. Imagine after the age of 50 or 60, both of them studying Ramayana and doing charcha and helping each other in sadhana and all. How wonderful it would be. Is it impossible or what? Eh? That is what is it. Gurohyeshu yoshit purushascha vanchitaha. Deliberately use the word vanchitaha only to hit at our own wrong way of thinking and doings. Hmm. सो योर माया deluded, अनर्थतृक बन गए, देन दुख प्रभु में सुख को मानकर सुख को एक्सपेक्ट करते हुए इन्वॉल्व करते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इन गृहस्थ आश्रम, that also purusha yoshit vanchitah. Now here when we say anywhere where Paramatma is not there as a topic of discussion, that is total vanchana. So the entire government through education system, it is doing our vanchana only. Because moksha jnanam is not given. Avidya is सिखा रहे हैं और उसको बोलते हैं विद्यालयम. Is it? No. You give any number of justifications. No, we have to grow in technology and science and must be in line with the whole world's growth, otherwise we'll be lagging behind. ये सब व्यवहार इतना भी सोचो करो भी, और मुक्ति तो नहीं होगा ना. अलॉन्ग विद दैट इसको भी घुसाते जाना. Every day there should be one class of Vedanta, and the teacher should teach in such a way. That's because of Vedanta, people should not run away from their duties. They do. That's why all our spiritual saints were scientists also. And every our Indian scientists were spiritually evolved. You know, the Charaka, the Shushrutas, the Ramanujas, they are all highly scientists of outer life. But they are spiritual giants and saints. So that shows us that you can go to make it happen together. You can make it together. That way I'm just suggesting. Means I know you, one of you will become Prime Minister of India after some years. So if you get a chance, इस तरह से थोड़ा सब बदल देना थोड़ा. In every school, college, very important portions of Gita and Bhagavatam, Vedas should be taught. One chapter of Gita, one Upanishad, one Skandha of any Purana, one Kandam of Ramayanam, one Prakarana Grantha of any saints, one Puja Upasana Vidhanam of Devata, one Vrata Anushtanam, Sikhana bas. Then the devilishness, the cruelties, they get reduced. Otherwise, देखो, हर दिन how many killings, murders in India also like America. Just now I heard, एक तो 5 again Jawans killed in that bomb blast in that place today, not 5 days back. Today का news, दोपहर का. Other place in one family, 6 people were shot for the sake of land. Evening news, 1 hour back. In some other place, you know what is happening in Manipur and all. Crime, crime, crime. They're all known. Unknown at domestic level कितने violences, criminals हो रहा है, crimes हो रहा है. You can't do. All of them is because of only lack of tattva jnanam, spiritual vision. Added to that is totally materialistic thing. You know, bhautikavada, consumerism, all of them have so much grown. By changing the constitutions, bringing the outer laws, you cannot do anything. You have to change the inner constitution of the people. That happens from right from childhood when that type of education is given. You know, it should be part of syllabus, curriculum, not only in school, college. I am telling crores of Indians go to offices. Every day there should be 1 hour satsang. That's it. Evening 4 to 5 satsang. Up to 4 बजे काम करो. Don't give Saturday छुट्टी. बुलाओ उनको आधा दिन. Do sadhana and go. Is it impossible or what? Just imagine 50 crores of Indians Daily doing 1 hour upasana, what would be the divine vibration for the whole world? The Indians do at home. That is why abhi intact hai goodness. Crores of Indians, Hindus, others I don't know, light the lamp, do some bhajan, japa, puja. उसके कारण ही थोड़ा सा अभी शांति जगत में अभी कायम है. The effect of that, I acknowledge it. You only at your own house life, that is in fact adding divinity to the entire cosmos. That is what. But if all others do, है ना, wherever you are, बिजनेस में हो या कहीं भी हो, नौकरी में हो, 1 hour बस, to the moksha vidya it is given, that's it. Immediately the consumerism goes away. Everything, the cost of living, everything just falls down. You become rich overnight without extra money earned. The poverty is more consumerism, less production. When you reduce the consumption, where is the poverty? Consumption is bhautikavad. But they all appear to be impractical and all. ऐसे कैसे होएगा? अब सोचो हम क्या करें? We can't insist. Even Bhagwan cannot insist. He only watches tamasha. He also tells, बेटा बता दो, जो करे उनको करन दो, तुम तमाशा देखो, देख तमाशा दुनिया का. Okay. Then he elaborates on that next sloka, where we saw yesterday, labdhva janaha durlabham manusham. Very durlabha is human life. Every second is getting us, taking us near to our own inevitable death only. Don't imagine कि father died, mother died, friends died. We are also going to die. Every moment we are nearing to death only. And as a human being, you are blessed to have this. Durlabham, katanchit, avyangam, ayatnataha. With all facilities and sophistications, human life is given to us just like that by the Lord. Ayatnataha. We are not paying any taxes, any payments or the bill. Is it not? इतना शरीर भगवान ने दिया हमको, बिल बनाया क्या कभी दे दो अपने हार्ट के लिए इतने पैसे, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग and maintenance bill. If he gives us maintenance bill, where from you will pay? Even Bill Clinton cannot pay, or Bill Gates. Nobody can pay it. That is called ayatnata. Free. हवा फ्री है, गर्मी फ्री है, पानी फ्री है, रहने का आकाश फ्री है, सब कुछ फ्री. And inside the Lord is operating everything without charging us anything. Ayat. Having got such a human body, Padaravindam na bhajati. Those who don't do bhajan of your Padaravindam includes the Bhakti sadhana and Tattva sadhana. Asanmatihi. He is the one whose intellect is deluded. Asanmatihi. And Gruhanda Kope Patitaha. He is lost in the Andhakupa of Gruha. Whenever I say Gruha, Arthakam. Whenever it is written. Okay? Even if somebody takes up sannyasa and is busy in maintaining the ashramas and the people, he is worse to grahastha than the grahastha. It should happen around him. He should not do. Okay, na? ठीक है, like Puja Gurudev. He went on giving tattva jnanam. Around him the things happened. Wherever he took initiative to do, never ever even iota of thought was there in him to this wrong language of let us spread the mission, let us spread our ashramas. No, let us spread tattva jnana. That was goal. But for that the people required ashrams, required money, required. Obviously, it was offered. He did not beg anyone. He did not struggle anywhere. He did not insist. हुआ नहीं तो नहीं. बट हिज तपशक्ति होल वर्ल्ड इवन नाउ क्या 150-200 साल तक उन्हीं के तपशक्ति के कारण ऐसा होता है. गिव एन एग्जाम्पल. सो एनीबडी इन दैट वे अर्थ काम के लिए जाते हैं तो दे आर इन गृहांध कोपा. सो टू इन गृहस्थ आश्रम somebody is there but just doing his dharma, remaining time in his own sadhana, he is as great as a vanaprasthi and sannyasi. Nowadays, the things have to be defined according to the mind, not outer vyavahar. Earlier, definitions and vyavahara were fully matching. Now they don't watch. Earlier, they used to get matched. सन्यासी सन्यासी की तरह ही जीता था, कोई संसारी की तरह नहीं. Therefore, it was matching. गृहस्थ गृहस्थ की तरह ही है, not the other way. So understood, such a human life we got, but still Gurhanda Kume Pada Yatha Pashu Na Bhajati Tava Padarvindam Anartha Druk. Main line is that. Not doing bhajana Paramatma's Charanarinda. Instead of that, Asanmatihi. He is only running behind the Asad Vastus, taking them to his Sattu. Now he doesn't want to elaborate, generalizing the talk. But he doesn't want to stop also explaining where do we go wrong. Best way to match up these two is telling one's own life. So he describes how he himself was doing all mistakes of being worldly, not spiritual, which obviously conveys the meaning to all of us that we have to also do the pariksha of our life and get the nirveda. Then tad vignan ke liye subha upanishad class mein, tattva class mein aana chahiye. What it is tomorrow. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Om Sri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki jai. Om Bhurvasasvara Pranaya Panaya Vyanaya Udanaya Samanaya Brahmani Brahmatmanam Madhya Madhya Amridman Uttravasnasta Padavakshana Nachamantambuda Nirajanan Darshayami. Om Nilamega Shama Nityagan Mohana Bala Vedugana Lola Vedanta Vedanavade Bhakta Janadana Paramadaya Varde Mukta Sunda Gitamruta Data Parama Yogesha Partha Sarati Rupa Krishna Sarvamangadam Rama Sarvamangam. Om Nadatta Suryo Bhatina Chandra Tarakam Nema Vidyuto Bandhito Yamagnihi Tameva Bandhavati Sarvam Tasya Vasa Sarvamidam Vibhati. Om Narayana Vidmevasya Tanno Vishnu Pradodya. बोल श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय. श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण शास्त्र की जय. श्री वेदव्यास सुखदेव सूतादि भागवताचार्य की जय. बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय. सद्गुरुनाथ की जय. सर्वत्र गोविंद नाम संकीर्तन गोविंदा गोविंद. थैंक यू. Lord, give us quickly Vairagyam and Tattva Chintanam and Bhakti. May we